Hi everyone. I was contacted by the folks at Saker to do a product review of their 4-inch mini electric chainsaw. So here it is. It arrived just yesterday. Let's go ahead and unbox it and take a look. Okay, let's take a look inside. Here's the instruction manual, which I glanced at already. And we have a battery pack, 20 volts. Here is the charging cord. Lubricant. And we have a Phillips screwdriver, a hex wrench, and here we have the saw itself. Take it out of the bag. Feels very lightweight. Feels like a quality product. Before we continue with the product review, I'm going to go ahead and charge up this battery. I know it has a charge already, but we're going to give it a full charge before we continue. Okay, I've got the charger plugged in. You can see that it's green. I'll plug it in, and it's turned red. So when that's fully charged, we'll pop it into the saw and see how it works. Let's take a closer look at this Saker mini electric chainsaw. It comes in at a little over 2 pounds, so it's very lightweight. If we go down to the bottom of the handle, it comes with this strap. These grooves receive the battery pack, so it just slides right into place there. Rubberized handle, which feels really good in your hand. And here is the trigger. The trigger will not engage unless you press that safety button. Below the trigger is this hand guard. Above the chain is this spring-loaded chain guard. So as you cut through the material, it will extend backwards, and as you finish cutting the material, it just springs back into place. Here you have the chain and the guide bar. The manufacturer says that the distance between the guide bar and the chain should be between 2 and 3 millimeters. So if it exceeds that, say it goes to 4, 5, or more millimeters, then what you'll need to do is take the wrench that they provide you, this wrench, loosen up that nut, go to the other side. There is a tension adjustment screw here. Take your Phillips that's provided, tighten it up so that the chain is 2 to 3 millimeters below the guide bar, and then tighten it back up with your hex wrench. All right, see how we're coming along with the battery? Yep, it is green, so it's ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and just unplug that and pop it into the unit. The manufacturer states that the chain should be oiled before each use. So before I pop the battery back in, let's go ahead and oil this up. So here's the lubricant that they provide. So I'm going to go ahead and just add this oil on the whole chain. Okay. Then let's go ahead and pop in the battery. Let's give it a try. All right, ready to go. Okay, let's go ahead and test out the mini chainsaw on this ficus stump. It's about 2 to 2.5 inches thick. So I'm going to go ahead and put my safety glasses on and cut right in here. Okay, that worked pretty good. That actually exceeded my expectations. It was really smooth and cut right through that stump. Let's go ahead and make a couple more cuts and see how it does. I'm going to make a couple more cuts, and I'm going to use this angled ribbed portion of the housing to brace the stump against as I'm making my cut. That has to be there for that purpose, even though it doesn't say anything in the instructions. So let's give that a try. Much better. Yeah, that works really good as a brace to stabilize the bar, and there was absolutely no shaking. It was very, very smooth. It was smoother than the first couple of cuts that I made. So let's do that a couple more times. Okay, let's go ahead and try this mini chainsaw on some lumber. I've got a 2x4 clamped into place, so let me go ahead and strike a line here. Okay. All right, that was nice and quick. Made fast work of that cut. I would definitely use this mini chainsaw for an application like this rather than bringing out a hand saw or my circular saw for a rough cut. Of course, if I want to make a more precise cut, I would use a circular saw, or I'd just take it into the shop and use my radial arm saw. But for a rough cut, this is definitely worth using over a hand saw or a circular saw because it's so portable and it makes a pretty accurate cut. I mean, I went right along the line and it looks pretty square. When I trim my trees, I am left with these branches that I have to dispose of in the green bin. And it's a hassle because I have to cut these larger branches with a handsaw in order to fit them into the bin. So let's go ahead and give the mini electric chainsaw a try to see how it does on this job. All right, the mini chainsaw did really quick work to knock out these branches, but now I have to cut this thicker branch in order to fit into the green trash bin. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this up. Okay, that took what, 20 seconds. That was really fast work. Really nice. All right, all done here. And it took me a fraction of the time that it would take me normally to trim the tree and then break everything down and place into the green bin. If I didn't have this mini electric chainsaw, I would need loppers to cut the smaller branches and a pruning saw to cut the larger branches, and then I'd have to get them into the bin. So this definitely saved me a lot of time. Here are my final thoughts on the Saker mini electric chainsaw. I really like this size of it. It's only a little over 2 pounds, very well balanced, nice grip, and you can manipulate it and use it in one hand. That leaves your other hand free to hold on to the material. Now, would I use this in all applications? Probably not. I would still use my hand shears to make those smaller cuts, and I would probably still use my loppers. But for cuts that are larger than the loppers can handle, I would definitely use this mini electric chainsaw. It would save me time and the physical exertion of using my pruning saw. And of course, there are other applications for using the mini chainsaw. As you saw in the video earlier, I was able to clean up the debris from pruning the tree very, very quickly. I can also cut lumber with it fairly accurately. Again, these are rough cuts, not precise cuts. And for other applications where you have to make cuts through thicker branches, it works like a charm. So there you have it. That's a product review of the Saker Mini Electric Chainsaw. I hope you found this review helpful. Please consider subscribing to our channel. We would really appreciate your support. And as always, thank you so much for watching.